Have you ever wondered how to get unlimited content out there like other business owners, but you just feel like you don't have enough time? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down 3 steps to create unlimited content for your business, and it's not as crazy or as hard as you think it may be. Like always, I'm going to be jumping into my trusty Miro board, but the big thing I really want to touch on is our businesses have so much value in them already. The stuff that we speak on, the expertise on what we are, is removing that imposter syndrome that we all have and just focusing on what's already there and how we speak, whether it's to our clients, whether it's to our team, whether it's stuff that we're just inspired to and how we think of new things on a day-to-day basis, whether it's on a walk. There's just so many things out there that you can utilize to be able to create unlimited content for your business. So I'm going to open up Miro board here. You can see it. I love our Miro board. We got 3 phases. Make myself smaller. Don't need to see me. Phase 1. So in phase 1, it's extremely important because where are we getting the information from? It's like, how are people coming up with all these ideas? Are people actually just coming up with these things randomly? Are they just getting lucky? The expertise of being able to create these content, it's actually, like I was saying, it's already in your business. So with phase 1, I'm going to delete this. Where is the information coming from? Like I was just saying. So self-inspired. This could be at any point of your life or business. It could just be in your personal day-to-day. The amount of times for myself that I walk a lot and I go on a ton of hikes, and the amount of creativity that comes with me is, or late at night, I was just sitting there and something sparks in my head and I wanna create content for it because I believe that if it's coming through my mind, then it's likely in somebody else's mind as well. So what I've actually done is I've created an agent for myself, just like a copilot, just like an assistant, where I can open it up and I can speak to it, just conversational. This is what I'm thinking, voice to text, nothing crazy, but it gets it out of my head. People all day, they use these books. Can't really see it. They use these books, which is fantastic. Taking notes. The big thing that agents need, though, is the passing of that information in a way where it is not forgotten, so it can actually do the work. So building an agent and structuring it in a way, whether it's conversational, whether you just want to voice the whole thing, and putting it somewhere in what we use as a knowledge base in our own system, Cloud 37, but it's one of those things you need to store it somewhere where the next agent is going to be able to actually use the information itself. Another really, really good place to do it is on sales calls or training calls. If you are in the sales side of business or you are in training side of your business and you take that transcription, we use Google Meets for all of ours because it's free. I know there's a lot of amazing recording tools out there. We used to use Fathom, but we ended up dropping that just because of the subscription price. Zoom has their own built in, but it doesn't really matter. You take that transcription and you put it into an agent to be able to extract that information. A lot of people are just throwing this into ChatGPT and they're pulling out ideas. But the big thing is, why are you extracting this information and how we're going to utilize this, what I'm going to talk about in the other phases, but it's the amount of rich information that comes from our training or sales transcriptions is unbelievable. The other aspect here, I've got it duplicated, but it's not what it is. Customer support or client support. Same sort of thing. The ability for this information, they're asking questions. These questions you're either answering or you're figuring out a way to fix it and then giving them the answer anyways. This is how customer support and client support works in our business. So if you could take those questions, compile them all, and create content around them, not only are you going to create more engaging content on the front end, you're going to help with support on the back end, which you can turn into training agents and all these additional valuable processes that AI can help you with. There's one more that I like to do in terms of content, and we do this a lot as well, is like getting inspired by others. So I'm going to add another one here. It's YouTube or articles, whatever it may be. Spelled that wrong. Articles. And same thing, getting inspired by others. Just because you watched a YouTube video on how to build an agent or how to walk a dog, like whatever it may be. I know that's an extreme example. The big thing for it is you might do things slightly different. You might have a different perspective on it. So being able to take this information, being inspired by it, and putting your own twist on it, that is what content is. You're seeing all these viral trends of different influencers doing the same trend in their own little way. It's the same thing that comes to your business. It's don't reinvent the wheel. It's just get what's already been proven and then just put your own spin on it. Make it your own and just put it out there. This is the first phase of getting unlimited content in here. There's 4 really simple ideas for your business and yourself, even on a personal level, to be able to get as much content out there as possible. Now, with all of these, what we typically get businesses to do is we start with like, do you know what type of content you want to turn into? Is it a carousel? Is it a reel? Is it a video? Whatever it may be, it's important to know what type of content you're going to put out there. I'm not going to cover that in this video specifically because this comes into another form of training of building agents and agent orchestrations. So stay tuned for that one. But if you've got the output that you want to do, whether it's, again, reels, carousels, just video scripts, because you're doing a long form video, whatever it may be, start with that. And then you will go and get the information to be able to fill that example in. It makes it a little bit easier, but again, we'll cover that in another video. So now we've got, where's the information coming from? Phase 2 is we're going to be transforming it. So I just put the sales and training transcriptions in here, but if you take a sales transcription and you put that into AI just in its basic form, it's got timestamps, it's got it's got what I'm talking about, it's got what Mary on my team's talking about. Like, there's just a whole bunch of filler stuff in there, and it's very important to be able to transform that, is how we call it, or curate it in a way where the agent can actually do the work. So taking the transcription, you can automate these things, whether you're using Zapier or N8N, or you do direct APIs, whatever it may be, and pull it in after a call and you give it to an agent. So we've got the information from the first phase, we're pulling it in, we're transforming it, because now we've got the rich information and we've got it structured that the next agent who's actually going to do the output knows exactly what it needs to do. Because maybe on a sales or a training transcription, we want to talk about questions or objections. So people come in, you want to pull only the objections into these, into this agent, into this curated, transformed knowledge base. And then from there, you're writing the responses to those specifically. It's important, at least for when we're teaching businesses, is to break those things down into different types of transformations, especially in the beginning as you're getting used to it, and continuing to expand on it, because it's just easier to get a more consistent output in a shorter period of time. So, repeating myself, phase 1, we've got this information, wherever it may have come from. Sales transcriptions and training transcriptions, they are so rich with information. It's scary, especially if you're in those fields. Putting it into an agent, whether you automate it, you copy and paste it in, and you transform it. For the example that I use, I want to pull all the objections from this call so I can turn it into content and get it out onto social media, just to prove that I'm an authority in the space. Great. The final phase, phase 3, this is where the unlimited content starts to come in. There's your final product, what we talked about. What is it? Is it Reels? We're going to just put some of these in here. Reels, this is on, or is it for, I know we're just using Reels, but this is Reels, Shorts, TikTok, whatever it may be. Then you've got carousels. Carousels, is it one of those words that you either get right every single time or you don't get right at all? You've just got static post, just like a long write-up with a picture or whatever it may be. And the list can go on and on and on and on. We've all been on social media. We understand what these things are. So with these, it's a matter of, if in this example, we actually need to transform this information and we've got the sales transcription, we want to solve the objection. You can build an agent. This is where the human in the loop comes in, where it can give you, please provide me with the answers to these sales objections. You do one at a time, whatever it can be. How do I close? Why should I work with you and not the competitor? Why should, like, whatever it may be. And you just voice to text it into the agent. From there, what it does is it goes into the system. It's now taken the objection from the actual step before. It's giving you the answer, and then it's going into the final product. Then from there, as it creates your continual loop of, do you like this? Yes, no, maybe. If you do like it, great. Then it's just a matter of giving it to somebody to edit it, whether you're using CapCut or Canva or whatever these things may be. And once you get this built out, you don't need to have an expert to be able to actually create the content. It's just a matter of getting more content out there. And this is the process that we follow every single day to be able to put out more content onto social media. If it's not right, this is where it becomes extremely important, because you've built an agent here to be able to output the final product agent. I'll rename it. Agent. If you're not happy with it, and this is why it's like breaking them down into micro agents is what I like to say. You can now go back into the prompt. What didn't you like? Was it the format? Was it the tone? Was it the structure? Did it have too many M-dashes? Which we all know that AI just loves to put into content. You tweak the prompt and then you run it again until it gets the output right. Once you get that right, then you continue to push more information through where the inspiration is coming from. It transforms it. And then all of a sudden, I'm just going to make this red. You no longer need the human in the loop, and it just goes into the final product, into the final product, into the final product. And this is how you continue to scale your content. Now, the last thing that I didn't put into here is, and what we do is Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, different styles, static, carousel, whatever it may be. There's different formats to these things. And what we recommend is to break those into different style outputs. It can have the same information from the inspiration side to the transform side to the actually creating it. But the output, if you're trying to do it across multiple channels, start with one is what we recommend. What are we going to do? We're going to pick this one. Let's say we're going to do Instagram first. We're going to get that one perfect, and then we're going to get on to the next one. Now, don't get me wrong. Just like myself, we like to go after all of them. We're business owners, we're visionaries. We don't want to wait. We just want to tackle them all at once. But I'm giving you the suggestions because that's what we need to do. Then you've got your, X, and you've threads, and you've got like the channels go on and on and on and on. Each one of these, for example, you can have a longer form on Instagram, but you can't necessarily have it on X unless you have a premium account. So being able to change these things based on the type of platform that you're putting it on and how the performance works, this is just where the testing comes in. So this is another human in the loop aspect comes in when it comes to testing these things and really making them work. As you start building these things out, these are going to become easier and easier and easier and easier. They really are. And now you've got the content actually being outputted, whether it's something for a reel, a script, or whatever it may be. Now you can look into plugging in APIs to some of these content creation tools to be able to create the content as well. As avatars start getting better, I'm no longer going to be behind a screen. Then I can plug in a script to be able to do the same sort of content and walk people through. But at the end of the day, the multimodal aspect of the creative and the design, it's going to get easier and easier and easier and easier once you start building out these processes behind the scenes that every creator goes through. It is just trained on their specific strategies and frameworks. Some are better, some are made for businesses, some are made for virality, some are just made for who knows what they're made for. But it's the same process they go through. They've got inspiration from somewhere. They've transformed it and they've put it into their own framework that they can go and output the content across whatever channel it may be faster. That's what they've done. They've built a process. And this is what agents allow you to do. They allow you to build processes. And when you understand the processes, integrating AI to create something like unlimited content for your business becomes a lot easier. So I wanted to create this video to show you just some simple steps on where to get some information from, where to get inspiration from on creating content. If you're not 100% sure, it's like, it's out there or it's already in our business. Is it self-inspired? Create an agent to be able to collect them so you can talk to it. It's just like a little Copilot. It saves into a knowledge base, your transcriptions, your sales calls, any sort of calls that you're actually on, record them. We use Google Meets because it's free. Customer support, client support, collect those questions as feedback. You can start turning those into content. And then if you don't have any of those, go to YouTube, start looking at inspiration that's already out there. I'm sure that if you're watching this video, you hear some inspiration, you can create one in your own sort of angle to be able to do the exact same thing. Take it from me. You're welcome. Putting it into an agent that transforms it and creates it in a way. Is it a script? Is it point form? Is it pulling out objections like I was talking in this video? Then you get into putting it into the agent to output whatever it may be. In this aspect, this agent will require some human input, which is the aspect of giving it more context on whatever the sales objection is. You need to be able to answer those. Then it goes into the agent. I'm happy with it. And then it spits it out in a specific style for a specific social channel. And I'm done. Just like that. You've got unlimited content for your personal life or your business. It can be that easy. So really happy with it. Comment what you're using mostly for social media. I know we're watching this on YouTube right now, but it'd be really interesting to see how you're creating content for your business, what you're seeing, how this resonates with you, where you're pulling in for inspiration from. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to continue to put these out. As you can see, it's raw, it's unfiltered. There's no edits on this. We can continue to work on it. I appreciate the support. And as always, stay dialed.